Put your finger down if you're a creative person who has all sorts of ideas, wants to build new things, has like a full notebook full of possibilities and brainstorms and ideas and opportunities, and wants to just do it all the most all the time, but definitely has shiny object syndrome and can't usually follow through because they could justify it and say they got overwhelmed, or maybe that's not a good idea, and they want to instead build a habit of following through and seeing something start to finish. If that's you, this video is for you. But first, I freaking hate iPhones, so we're gonna go do another camera, and we're gonna grab this guy. This is what we're gonna shoot this on because it is so much cooler than my iPhone. Let's do it. Okay, so this video is for you, but shoot, one more thing. You can have bad audio as long as you can have bad video as long as your audio is okay. So we're gonna put this mic on and we're gonna continue this video. But in the meantime, check out this badass drone footage. Okay, so here's the thing. For me, I wanted to really flex my follow through. I wanted to set a goal and do something consistently all year. And for me, that's weekly YouTube videos. So today is mid-February, late February, and I'm on like 8 weeks straight of YouTube videos. It's on a Thursday and they go out on Sunday, but I don't have anything filmed yet. And I'm like, I need to film something. I need to put out a video because for me, this practice is all about creative expansion is what I'm calling it, and I just want to create for the sake of creating and to have a goal and follow through. And I'm sitting in my house kind of distracted by myself. It's like not a great day outside. It's really gray and gloomy, which is not my style. So I'm kind of running around my house doing a bunch of random stuff. I'm adding art to my walls because I want to fill in this gap right here and this right here with these really cool postcards and stuff that I got from Laos. And I'm like, I need to do a video for this week, but I don't know what I want to do. And so I'm going to talk about why it's important to follow through with your goals and some tips maybe for what I'm doing that can help you, and probably a lot of questions about how to do this more effectively. One thing that I'm really good at is convincing myself that it's okay to quit and to give up and that it's not the right choice. When things get hard and you have this stick-to-itness and you're like, it's really difficult. I just don't know if this is the right move. I don't know if it's, maybe I'm messing up here. Maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I should try this other thing. I don't know. This just doesn't feel right anymore. And it's really hard to like fight against that feeling because you fight and you are able to convince yourself. I'm able to convince myself that that's not what I was supposed to do. And that's a very tricky one because sometimes it's true. Sometimes you should quit and not follow through, and there's probably a lot of reasons to do that, but then sometimes maybe not, and maybe you got to stick through it and push through that fear or that justification or the very logical reason that you should stop. And that's a really tricky one to balance. I don't know. Did you give up on 75 hard? Did you give up on 30 days of journaling? Did you give up on not drinking because, XYZ, whatever that is? I don't know if that's good or not. And that's really only for each of us to find out. But if you stick through it, you make it happen, there's a lot of good stuff that comes out of it. But maybe not. All right, so here's the thing. Follow through for yourself. Why is it important, and what happens when you do? What happens when you don't? I'll just speak for myself here. I think everybody's different. But what I've found is that when I make a commitment to myself and I'm like, hey, I'm going to do X until this, or I'm going to do this every day, every week, or I'm going to practice building this habit. And for me, that's like, I'm going to journal every day. I'm going to drink water, a gallon of water every day. I'm going to go to the gym for 30 days straight. I'm gonna meditate every day, things like this, right? And I've made a ton of these like really focused goals about doing something on a timeline consistently. And no cap, I fall short almost every single time. And of course I have a justification for doing it. There's all sorts of reasons that I've told myself that I'm gonna do something and I don't. And for the most part, it's okay. But one thing that happened, this was at the end of last year, is that I was telling myself I was gonna do something all these different times, and I never actually followed through with it, and I never actually finished. Like, I never crossed the finish line. I did it consistently for a while, and of course that's like really good. Like if you journal every day for 3 weeks, that's great. But if you say you're gonna journal for a month and you do 3 weeks, what happens, right? And for me, what I found was that I was losing trust in my ability to see something from start to finish. And so at the end of last year, I was like, I'm gonna write every single day for 30 days. I just felt this calling. I was like, I'm gonna publish some sort of words on a blog every single day for 30 days. And I did it. It was amazing. One night I published at 11:59 p.m. I was like writing, and it was ideas and stories and thoughts and tips and lessons, like all sorts of stuff. But whatever it was, I had to write. And so even though I could have gave up, I was like, no, for myself, I have to do this. And I did it. That actually lasted, I was like, hey, I'm gonna keep going with this. So I ended up doing it for 2 months straight, every single day. And it was incredible because it gave me so much energy and power. Honestly, I can't even like describe it other ways. It was like, it just gave me like power and momentum. And that actually led into this goal of shooting once a week YouTube videos, because I've been wanting to do that for a long time. And so when I started out writing every day, I didn't know what was gonna happen. I didn't know if I was gonna, I didn't know what the outcome was. I was just like, hey, this is my goal. I have to do this every single day. Let's see where it goes. And so for once in a long time, I followed through and I did it. It doubled. I did it for twice as long as I thought, and now I'm on this YouTube journey. And in all honesty, like, I don't know where the YouTube is going, but it's also something that I know that follow through and seeing something from start to finish compounds. And this is why I think it's really important to follow through, because you don't know where it's gonna go, but it's gonna take you somewhere, and it's gonna take you somewhere with so much more power and energy and confidence, and that's why you gotta follow through for yourself. So I started filming this video, but now my friend wants to meet me for lunch, late lunch. So let's see. Here's his address. He just texted it to me. We're gonna go hop in the car and take this mic and take this camera, and we're gonna see where it leads. So we're gonna take this show on the road, as they say. Let's do it. So we're going to Veracruz Tacos. And I'm gonna ask my friend 2 questions. I'm gonna ask him, I don't think he's gonna be very excited about this. I don't think he's much of a video person, but we're gonna ask him one time he followed through with something and one time he bailed on something. So let's go ahead and see. I kind of introduced Michael to this idea, and I kind of was like, yo, what is something that you either tried to do and stopped doing, or something that you accomplished and you actually followed through? What do you think?
At a certain point, all my friends are going off to college, and I don't know, like I tried community college for a little bit. I tried like going to Drexel for a little while, and that was proving to be too expensive. And at a certain point, I was just like, you know what, I'll make video games for a living. So I took out a 6-figure debt to go to fucking Florida. I had
to go to Florida?
To go to Florida, to go to school, to make video games for a living. And the whole thing was ridiculous. Like, I spent so little time actually thinking it through, seeing like, is this as good? Like, I couldn't afford a motel room, so I drove straight through. I drove from Philly straight down to Orlando. I get there, not a fucking clue where, like, am I gonna have a place to sleep? It's my first time renting an apartment. But boy, I remember like I drove through the night, and then we get to like, the sun comes up. And the burst of energy I got, I was like, oh, new fucking beginnings. I mean, yeah, it's that.
So did you,
taking
but
that
you
little
quit it?
plunge. What is it?
You quit. Or did you finish it?
Oh, that one I managed through. Yeah,
You managed
that one I
through.
got through. That was taking a plunge.
How did that impact your future decisions to embark on something? Did it give you more confidence in the next thing?
Oh, absolutely. Right, like every little edge that you push, that you move forward in, that's real confidence. That's real fucking confidence. Like you're like, oh, that's not scary. Like the mountain that you climb onto that you're like, oh, can I do this? And then you remind yourself about all the times that you've done that shit before or done something similar. Take another step. And it's a dangerous thing to have like a Superman complex, but eventually that's where you get to. You're like
Who wins that up?
There's no limit, yeah.
That's the answer I was looking for. I like it. So it's getting dark outside and it's about time to wrap up today's shooting. But I'm actually gonna take my gear with me and I'm gonna go pick up my girlfriend and we'll see if she wants to answer this question. I don't know, we'll see. But we're gonna go talk to her and go to a movie, go watch some Bob Marley. And we're gonna see on the way if she wants to talk about this. So, let's go.
I can't do this. I cannot do
Hold
it.
like this and talk.
Let's start over. Cut. Yeah, I wanted to write more consistently for the whole year so that I could remember my story. I realized that I was forgetting. Like, I've been in the country for almost 9 years and I have forgot so much of all the things that I have done, all the stories, all the memories. So I set a goal to start writing once a week, and it was hard the first time to sit and like wait for the words to come, but once everything starts flowing, yeah, you get in the momentum and I start writing twice, sometimes even 4, and I haven't stopped.
So you set this goal to write
Yeah.
once a week,
I start small and then it built up from there.
and then once you started doing it, it got
It's not,
easier.
yeah, it's like a habit now, like something that I just need to do, that it feels natural just to do it.
That was great.
Thank you
Great.
for having me here.
You just gotta talk into the microphone, not like
I talk with my hands.
I know, same. Like they're like, hey, yeah. The sun is out. It's beautiful again, and this video came together. Curious how it actually ends up. A lot of these things just start as ideas, and then we'll see where they go. I'm gonna maybe record a couple more later today, but as far as this being Sunday, the video has to go out. We're gonna go ahead and hit publish, and yeah, thanks for watching. Give us a like, subscribe, comment. When is one time that you achieved something, didn't achieve something, quit, didn't quit? I don't know. Let me know. Comment below. Thanks.